Hi, everyone, and welcome to our weekly wrap up. This week in first and second grade, we've been wrapping up a few different things and also starting on some new topics. So, this week in reading, we've been reviewing our story elements, so characters, setting, problem, and solution, as well as retelling a story in order. And we've also started looking at making predictions. So, when we pick up a story, looking at the cover, reading the title, and asking ourselves, what do we think this story is going to be about? And then as we are reading the text, what do we think is going to happen in the story based on what we've read already or that might be coming, what we think might be coming up. In writing, we've wrapped up our narrative unit. So the first unit of the first trimester, was all about personal narrative. So the students put themselves as the characters. They were writing true stories that happened to them. Now we are moving on to our nonfiction writing. And so the students are going to be writing informational texts on topics that they are experts about. So this week we talked about how they are going to be the teachers in this unit. They'll learn the ideas that they need to incorporate in their writing from me, but then once they go to write, they are the teacher. They are writing about a topic they know a lot about. So this week we were brainstorming topics that we will be able to use throughout our writing nonfiction unit. So the students were brainstorming people they know a lot of information about, animals that they know a lot of information about, places and things. They all knew lots more information about things than I know, like Roblox and Minecraft, Pokemon, so, which is fine. As you'll start seeing some things come home, they are experts in those topics. So as they move into their nonfiction writing, as long as they are telling me facts about the characters or how you play, those will be meeting the expectations of our nonfiction writing unit. In math this week, we've been reviewing some adding and subtraction strategies, and we're moving on to what's my rule or frames and arrows. Those are two different concepts that you'll see next week, coming home a little bit more information about it. It's just another visual way for the students to see how adding and subtracting works in a different format, basically. So again, as some work comes home next week, you'll see a little bit more about what frames and arrows are and what my rule boxes are. And then in science, we wrapped up this week our weather unit with a little look at how could we keep ourselves from burning our feet on a hot summer day on the pavement, and also how could we warm up a frozen playground. So the students had to apply some concepts and ideas, as well as thinking about what they've learned about the sun and the weather, to answer those kinds of questions. We also have dived right into social studies, our next social studies unit, which is needs and wants. And so today, the students actually got to do a lesson with our high school intern, Miss Katya, and she reviewed with them how needs are something you have to have in order to survive and live your life, and wants are just things you really, really want, but you could live without them. And so the students are working on navigating what's a need and what's a want. We have a lot of students that think donuts are a need. While it is food, it's not necessarily a need, that's a want. So it's been kind of fun to hear their ideas and they're backing up, why they think they need something versus want. So as you go into this holiday season, if you choose to celebrate that way, or do celebrate that way, you can ask them, is this a need or a want? And hopefully they can answer you the correct way. Then two other things that I want to share before I wrap this day up or this video up. This past week, this yellow paper came home. This is for our PTO sponsored mini courses. And basically this February and every February at Post School, our PTO runs some classes that happen during the school day, during the students' lunch and recess time, with different really fun activities. So this year they have some watercolor classes, some painting classes, some like designing classes for dream catchers, pinwheels, pet pillows, and then just some games, indoor games like Uno and Bingo. So they are really fun classes, and they're totally free for post students. And so what I need from you, if your child would like to participate, is to sign this bottom yellow part. And if you could also go through with your child and list out what are their favorite classes, what are the ones they really, really want to take. Now, there's only 4 weeks of classes, and there are lots of classes listed on here. So they might not get into all of them. They're not going to get into all of them, and they might not get into their top choice. But it would be really great if you could help them list what are their top choices, so that they can get those. If you are not sure or what to do with this form, feel free to just sign the bottom, and I can help work through that with them here at Post School. But basically, your signature just says, okay, it's okay for them to go to this class. It's free, it's here at Post School, and I'm okay with that. And then the last thing is that our report cards for trimester 1 went home today. So you'll see this envelope in your child's backpack. Please open it up, take out the paper that's inside with your child's report card. Nothing should be really surprising because we just had parent-teacher conferences, but if there's something on there that you're wondering about or have questions about, feel free to email me, and we can set up a meeting. Otherwise, please sign the report card envelope where I highlighted with the orange marker, and bring the envelope back to me on Monday. Have your child bring it back to me on Monday. That's about it for today. I hope you all have a wonderful weekend.